All right, we have everybody here. All right, we have everybody here. Episode 21, 21, 21. All right, boom. Welcome back. Bring the episode. Sit on the couch podcast. I'm here with the boys. We have we got nice stop. We got now Reginald, Marcus, and we got Quint. We have no Malcolm today, but episode 21, like I said, 21, 21 on God. He feels me. How's everybody doing today?
I'm alright. Alright, chilling.
Yeah, I'm chilling. Half asleep, but I'm here. Ready to get this thing done.
What's up?
We've been sitting there for an hour and a half.
Oh,
All
that's
right,
a assemble
you the one that said
everybody.
8:30.
Yeah, I was here. We were just sitting there.
We also, we had to go over the notes. Then had to make sure everybody watched everything. See, we can't start and not everybody has seen everything. We gotta make sure, What if I mention something and then you're like, "Ah, dog, I ain't see that."
That was me last week. I came on.
See, we gotta go over this stuff. We gotta make sure. Doing pretty good though myself. I'm doing pretty good. Yo, I'm not gonna lie. Consistency is key for me right now. Pokemon, I've been doing pretty good in that shit. I've been playing Pokemon since March. That sounds about right. Yeah, since March. And I've been doing pretty good, Huh?
You just went to a tournament, right?
Yeah.
Like Monday.
Yeah. I went. This is my second time going 3-2, right? And I was tight because I was on that 3-0 win streak and I lost those 2 games in a row. I blame myself a little bit though. I got super greedy. Like the thing is, especially with the deck I'm playing, it's like you could be greedy, but it's also sometimes not the best idea to be greedy because you might run across somebody that's a little bit more greedier than you or just has a way better hand than you. So you just gotta hope for the best. And I got too greedy, way too greedy. But consistency is key. I've been doing pretty good.
Yeah, 3-0 still really good. Starting out.
Right, bruh. I was hype about that. Then I think because all right, so I started playing Lugia at first, which Lugia is a pretty good deck, but now it's just they rotated some cards out and added cards to the sword or it's just to the thing. It's not as good, so now I play Mew, right? And so I playing with Lugia. I always used to sit in the back of the tables. I never made it to like the front row tables. So now that I play with Mew, I stay in the front row tables because it's like front row tables is people that constantly win, have a good record. So now I'm up there. Shout out to the Mew day. Putting in that good work. I just won 1 win. If I get 1 win, I'm gonna be hyped, bruh. That's all I want is 1. That's all I want is 1. Then I don't know. Take my talents to South Beach.
I low key kind of get into it. Like that's one. I love Pokemon, but I never like got into the trading card game.
The trading card game, like to me, the trading card game is the easiest of all like the major card games because the rules don't change. The only thing with Pokemon is that cards rotate in and out, so they'll say like, all right, these cards aren't going to be viable. But all you gotta do is look it up, and then like they'll tell you what's coming in, what's coming out. That's really it. For example, this one kid actually I met the other day, he was saying, "Yo, dog, I'm trying to get into the game." He's like, "I just came from I think either Magic or Yu-Gi-Oh." He said that he didn't like how the rules kept changing so often, so he's like, he wants to play Pokemon. So I'm like, bro, it's that easy. You could literally build the World Championship deck for $30. Like that's how cheap the card game is too. I recommend it because I was talking to my godbrother. He was saying that I think the World Championship Yu-Gi-Oh deck costs about like $250. Magic is cheap, but still those decks cost a lot. And then I want to get into One Piece, but One Piece's cards cost too much right now because it's too new, and also too is mad people buying up the cards.
I remember you talking about that.
Bro, oh man. Then I would get into Digimon, but that game's confusing, so I'll just stay with Pokemon. Stay with Pokemon. Yeah.
I think I might try out the. I know it's kind of dated, but I think I might try like the one they have on Switch, like the Nintendo 64 version.
Oh yeah,
Oh, the card
TCG.
game.
Yeah, I might try
Yeah,
that out just to
shit
get like a
got
feel for
released
it.
on a. Yeah, it probably give you like the basic rundown of it, but nah, obviously rules have changed over the years. But it's like something to
Yeah,
just start out with.
But nah, y'all can play on the phone. The phone game actually isn't that bad.
I haven't
I
ever had a
haven't had it.
phone game.
Yeah, it's an app. I mean, but yeah, that's what I play. Like when I'm on break and shit, I just play it on there because it it's like 1-to-1 with the current rule list. Cause anytime the rule list change or they change packs and shit, they update the game too.
Uh,
The only thing is, if you want to build like a really good deck on the phone, you probably gonna have to play for a minute. But if you don't mind playing for a minute, you'll get cards. Like you'll get a lot of cards eventually. Or you could do what like most people do that don't want to wait. Just go find a website that sells codes and just put the codes in there. It's easy too, bruh. Cause it's
look at it.
it's pretty good. Yeah, I definitely recommend Pokemon to everybody. Definitely. I'm mad. I'm not gonna be able to go do tournament coming up though. I'm sick. That's alright. I'll go to the next one. I've been making a lot of friends there too, so shout out to them. But yeah, you know what I'm saying? Weekend. Anybody else got some wild stories? No. Yes, no.
No, nothing too crazy.
Yeah, no man. I mean, some old dude opened the car door or parked too close to my brother's car and opened the car door and hit his. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
is that dude was
What's
on
our
the line of the
reaction?
parking lot? That were it's like dang. I mean, hey, you ask for news, there it is.
I mean, you know what I'm saying? Okay, shout out to the car doer. Starting off with the news, rest in peace to Bray Wyatt, who passed away not too long ago at the start of this podcast. Uh I'm not the biggest wrestling fan, but I know of Bray Wyatt just from seeing some of the things as well. So you know what I'm saying? What are some of y'all favorite memories of Bray Wyatt? Y'all have any?
Bro, his entrance was like so hard to me. Like when he first came up, like the WWE, like main event stuff. Like, his entrance was so hard. I thought that's what made me like him a lot.
When he finally won the WWE title in the Elimination Chamber, I think in like 2017, 2018.
I do remember that.
That's when glad he got to do that.
I do remember that.
R.I.P. man.
Yeah,
Facts.
that's crazy.
So
That's probably one of my favorite things. Like to see just him like that's crazy because like you think he's like a big dude, but he's actually like really athletic and like the stuff he would do is like kind of crazy. Like how talented he was.
that's crazy because that's we talked about before, but that's two members that have passed away, right?
Mhm.
And that was in and that's the crazy part is that it's in a 3-year span. That's crazy.
Yeah.
So once again, rest in peace, Bray Wyatt. Rest in peace. Like pass away.
Let me stop. She's still alive.
Ooh,
Who?
Lil Tay.
Oh my god.
bros, I ain't seen nothing about her yet. They just
Apparently she's not dead. She's still alive. They have figured out like there was like it was weird because like they had got like a report saying she passed away, and then all of a sudden they were saying like her social media thing got hacked or whatever, or was like, oh, she's not dead, or they like her family or something like came out. I don't know, it's a weird situation. Was it a clout chasing thing? I don't know, but
Well,
she's still
she
alive
said
apparently.
she was still alive.
Yeah, so
Sure.
people are going into clues trying to look at like, yo, look at her YouTube bio updated like 2 hours ago. It said help me or something like that. It's like, bro, like what is going on?
So her parents are like holding her like hostage or something like that. Apparently, something crazy like that.
We don't know, bro. Like
So some people thought.
some people speculating like because their mom was kind of like making her do the stuff in the first place. It kind of got her famous. So, but
Yeah. I hope she like.
Nah,
I hope the
it's-
situation's okay. Cause that kind of sucks.
Yeah,
It's
to be
probably just trying to
escorted like
family.
that.
It's probably just family members trying to make money off her. Sadly, trying to tell her what to do, this and that, social media stuff.
Her IG, like she hasn't posted since like 2018. So like, yeah.
Oh, that's who it was. Ron Cephas Jones. The
Cephas Jones.
from This Is Us, Paid in Full.
Oh yeah, I remember seeing that.
Oh, yeah.
Might be, well, no, because I feel like I know him, but I think I would have to see the stuff that he's in. He's in He Got Game. Hold on.
Oh, the older dude, right? He was like
Yeah.
he was in like Venom. He's like the executive dude, and then he was in like Luke Cage, like the barbershop guy, I think.
Oh, all right. Yeah. Rest in peace.
That's
to
what.
him.
That's what I mean.
Yeah, he's in a lot of stuff. What movie is this? Hold on, now I'm going through it. A holiday calendar. I haven't seen this. No, a lot of. I didn't want to skip over it. That's why I was like, damn. I remember it was somebody else too. Bro, now I'm going through his filmography. That's what it's called, right? He Got Game, Law and Order, Naked X. Bro, all right, speaking of Naked, do y'all know about that new show? That's like, I don't think it's a new show, but basically, well, actually, I think it's been out for a while. So basically, as you lift up the curtain, like the person on the other side is naked, and as you lift up the curtain from the feet up, you can see if you want to be with that person or not.
Bro, it's just
Hey.
somebody dies
No.
and then stop.
I see like the YouTube like variation of that. It's like when the blind date kind of thing.
Oh no,
They have like the girls lined up, and they like lift up the curtain every round.
these people just straight up naked.
Yeah, that's wild. I know.
It's a show in the UK. I don't know what it's called, but all I'm seeing is that UK got some fire shows. So
The curtain up. That's kind of gross.
this is crazy. Trying to see. I don't think there's anything short that we need to talk about. But all right, so we'll get to the meats and potatoes of this conversation. This is going to be a gaming heavy podcast episode. So you know what I'm saying? If you're a last time listener, if you made this far in the episode, you love games, stick around. But if you don't care for the games, hit that 5-star rating, come back. We might talk about anime next week. I've also realized that either I'm bugging or there actually hasn't been a lot of anime news, which is kind of crazy. I guess the biggest thing is just the Black Clover thing. But outside of that, it's not really been a lot of anime news in general. But like I said, it's gonna be a gaming type episode. So come through, enjoy, sit down. And yeah, so Gamescom has been going on. I believe Gamescom takes place in Germany, right? Think so.
Yeah.
So Gamescom has been going on for the past, well, it's ended now, but it was going on for 3 days, and they showed off a lot of games there, a lot of good stuff, a lot of stuff that everybody might check out. So first thing that I would like to talk about is the Sun Wukong trailer that they've been showing off every year at Gamescom, just to give a little update. For those of y'all that don't know what Black Myth Sun Wukong is, basically it's the game that's based off of the Japanese legend Wukong. As well as this game was started, or is it Japanese or Chinese? I don't want to be wrong.
I think it's Japanese.
I thought it was Chinese. But I think I would have fact checked that.
Let me check.
I'm the racist, yo.
Bro,
I believe it's through Chinese mythology.
Might be. Yeah, it's Chinese. I only said it because, bro, I just think of Goku. Because what's called Goku based off of him. So wait, hold on. Sidebar, bruh. Why did this girl on TikTok try to tell the world that Goku is based off of Superman?
I don't know.
And people believed her. They was like, "Yo, dog, Superman is the blueprint for Goku and Luffy." and people were riding with her.
Movie.
Yes.
I might be able to get the argument for Goku, possibly, but
Almost said some things that got us canceled.
Bro.
It was like he got Zoji's. He got a blue pants and red vest. It's blue red Superman right there. You don't see it, like, bro.
That's red.
He tried to tell. And the thing is too that people was riding with her. So then I made a video back, but I deleted it only because, bro, people are sheep and people are shields as well. So they was like, yeah, no, you're wrong. Like, honestly, if you want to be technical, Goku comes from Astro Boy. And I was like, bro, fuck. Ever.
Goku from Astro Boy is a insane reach, but all right.
At this rate, people just chatting. They could probably look at like interviews or something from Toriyama and find that out. To be honest,
Man's literally said that Goku is based off of Sun Wukong or Wukong. However you want to say the full name, but it said it's based off of him. There's the reason why in Dragon Ball he has a power pole the same way Wukong has a power pole. But yeah, so they showed off 2 things for Wukong. It was like a long trailer and then just a boss fight trailer. The boss fight trailer is hard, but it's crazy because they've been working on this game for, I believe, 4 years. Well, no, I think it was 5 or 6 years, and then around the 4-year mark is when the world saw it. So now we just been getting updates every year. I believe this game is coming out next year. So what are y'all thoughts on what y'all saw from the gameplay trailer if y'all saw it?
It looks interesting. I'm definitely getting some like hate to like compare, but like getting some like Sekiro and Ghost of Tsushima.
Yeah.
But yeah, boss fights were crazy, and I just like it might be one of those games I might wait for, see what the scores are, see how people like it. But it was interesting. I could say that. Actually, one thing I like about it, the character designs, like the bosses, like all the bosses they showed, like those are really like how they're all like animals and stuff. That was kind of cool.
That was tough.
My only gripe is that we've been seeing this game for a minute now, and it's like, damn, this game's still not finished, bro. Like, it's like it feels like we've been seeing this game for a long time now. But I reserve judgment. I mean, if we get the polishing these, but.
Well, when we saw it the first time, I believe they had less than 40 people working on it, so it was like a super small team. Yeah. So what happened was once the first trailer came out, or once that gameplay stuff came out, and like everybody liked it, they got a little overwhelmed. So that's when they went and got basically a bigger studio full of people to just start working on it. So So I'm trying to think who went. I don't think anybody over there. I think it's just still keeping it in house. With I think it's a Chinese company that's doing it, if I'm not mistaken. And China been making some fire games, low key. So they've just kept it super in house and just had a small team. But now I believe they have upgraded because they was like, "Yo, dog, all right, we see that y'all love it. So yeah, we're gonna make sure everything comes out polished and looks really good."
Watching like a lot of Maximilian dude, he always be talking about the game whenever there's like updates on it. Remember like the first time he seen it, it was like, bro, it was like, this game looks so good that it looks fake. Like it doesn't even look real.
Bro, China got some fire games.
Hopefully, like this is. Like, I don't know if China has like a lot of successful like game development companies like that. But hopefully,
oh hell yeah, bro! Genshin Impact, that's a Chinese game.
Oh yeah, that's like more recent. I'm talking about like in recent. I'm just talking about history in general. So like hopefully it can like that, and Wukong could like kind of like catapult like more companies from China, like because like you see the game sometimes it's kind of like they got some crazy concepts where it's like, wow, this looks like really good. Like it's some of the stuff you see like this looks amazing, but it's like I probably don't have enough funds to really like get that shit going. But hopefully Wukong ends up being a good game and not like just somewhere it's like 7 out of 10.
Yeah,
because the way it's being hyped up is kind of I don't know. You gotta see.
As long as it has an actual story and it's not just all fighting.
It seems like it does, but it seems like more like
it's all fighting. I'm not even going to give it any mind, to be perfectly honest.
I can see having a good story.
I don't know.
I can see it too. I think it's a narrative in it too. I've seen some like I can't remember. It was like a couple. It was the last trailer before this past one that they showed for Gamescom. That was like more of a story trailer, but I could be wrong. But I think there's a narrative going on with it.
I hope so.
To being
Actual
like a beat 'em
character
up?
dialogue.
I don't know about. I see now. If you want dialogue, it might take a little bit longer now.
I mean, as long as it's something where I'm just not literally like running around fighting random bosses with crazy mechanics.
I don't know. You might have to
That
for a
don't
second.
really that don't really interest me. It looks cool, but like if I'm not doing all that for like a narrative purpose, like following what's going on, I'm not really interested.
That's what you do in Dark Souls. Who really knows the
Yeah,
story of Dark
that's
Souls?
why I'm not playing Elden Ring ever again.
But bro, it's not about the story. It's about the adventure and having fun.
I want story.
No, bro. We don't care about the
That's
story.
why it's not my thing.
You gotta get flamed for this because there is actually a story technically in
There is
all these Souls games. You just kind of gotta go out your way to look for.
Oh
or
yeah,
like if you really want to delve into it, you could. But there's definitely a overarching story. Like it's not just mindless.
Like
that's what Elden Ring found like mindless fighting.
I mean, yeah, well, I personally don't really care. I never really care for a Soulsborne story. Sekiro's is kind of hard though. I did like that one, but I mean, I'll check out. Well, I do remember some of Elden Ring's story, but man, you know what I'm saying? Not
Anytime
too hard.
anyone's ever talked about Elden Ring or a Soulsborne game, it's just always been about how ball-bustingly hard it is. Never once have I ever heard anyone say a single thing about the story.
Bro,
never once.
So you
whoa! We got to stop you right there, buddy. Stop you right there. This is a dude sound like a hater.
I'm not hating. I'm telling you what I've been exposed to.
They haven't told you about the Renala story.
No one's ever said a single thing about the story. All is about this shit is hard as fuck. Yo, we had to do this.
Like, I'm not gonna lie.
What is the game about? Other than just fighting hard ass bosses.
Elden Ring might have the easiest story to like pick up on out of all the Soulsborne games.
I'm saying, bro, like the story's there. It's just like you just gotta kind of do some research. Or just
I got a Scooby-Doo magnifying glass that shit to figure it out, bro.
Nah, all right. So if you go like to Ronnie and then Renala, then you learn that I
don't even know who those are because all the bosses got like almost all the same goddamn name.
This man sounds like a hater. He's a hater.
Am I wrong?
He just can't. He just sounds like he can't beat the game.
I could beat it if I really wanted to, bro.
Just say you can't beat.
Just
say you can't do it.
It's not interesting. I don't want to do it because it's not interesting.
Dude is a hater, bro. One of the biggest games of the past, like 2 years, bro.
Yeah, it wasn't for me. It wasn't wasted my paying for it.
Nah, bro.
hater, bro.
Run it back. Run it back.
Go ahead, please clip it. I'll timestamp it. I'll timestamp it myself after this.
Dude just sucks at the game. Let me stop.
It's not interesting to me. I'm not running it back.
Come on, man.
I run that shit back. Let's try again. Times playing on Twitch.
Bro, we can play together.
I'm not playing that. It's not interesting. Bro. I have no motivation to play it
together.
That doesn't interest me.
All right, so what if I buy it? Would you play it with me?
No, I have the game. What do you? Why would
I'm saying, what if I buy it? I don't have it on Xbox.
Bro, don't waste your money.
Bro, I already wasted it 2 times. I have it on PlayStation
don't waste it a third time.
PC. Look, it's $35 on the plug.
I kind of feel him a little bit. When I first played Dark Souls 1, I kind of felt the same way. The first Dark Souls.
I never cared for the story.
Like I'm not even hating. I'm just saying what I feel. That's what it is.
It just sounds like you're just hating because you couldn't get.
I'm not hating. Them games like never interested me because
I'm just saying this is what it sounds. That's just what it sounds. I'm not saying it is.
I just don't. Like, I don't find like I thought Elden Ring. I was like, all right, let's see what all the hype is about, and I was not impressed. Fights were, I guess, fun, very repetitive, but other than that, I mean, I wasn't really enjoying myself. Like,
being real, you played like 3 boss fights.
Definitely more. I mean, it was enough to tell me that wasn't for me.
So there's another game on this list, Lord of the Fallen. I think that's supposed to be a Soulsborne game. Will you check that game out?
You know the answer to
that, bro. Come on, bro.
Those games are not for me.
But you're literally about to play Armored Core, which is the same company that makes the Souls game.
Who said I was playing Armored Core?
You're not.
I could have sworn you wanted it.
When did I say that?
You would always be talking about it. What you mean?
When did I ever talk about Armored Core?
Wait, you're not gonna play Armored Core?
I don't know. I'm saying y'all say it. I said this. Like, when did I say that?
You are a Mech fan. It seemed like it was,
this seems like your bag.
Every time we post something, like about Armor Core,
when's the last time you even posted
emoji.
anything about Armor Core?
You're not listening. You're just chatting. Listen, sir.
All right.
Listen. We literally posted something about Armor Core. It looked like you left a little fire emoji on something a couple of days ago. Like, I could have sworn you was
Oh, yeah, you did.
Like, that man was fucking with it.
Yeah,
was fucking with it, bro.
I don't even remember what I did a couple days ago.
Well, sounds like a you problem if you asking me.
Yeah, but the Armor Core is not like high on my list. Like,
bro, it's literally your cup of tea, bro. It's a mech game, bro. It's for you.
Yeah,
is it multiplayer?
Yeah.
Probably.
It's 4-player. It's not 4-player co-op, but it's 4-player.
Like, is it online multiplayer?
Yeah, you can PvP.
How big is the PvP?
I think it's 1v1 or 2v2. I think it's 1v1.
If it's just straight online, then I might give it a chance.
Well, no, it's not straight online.
I'm not touching anything single player related.
That's crazy. That's crazy. This man just doesn't like games.
It has multiplayer, yes, but it's not like co-op multiplayer or co-op story. So if you want to pull up on Marcus, then you could pull up on Marcus to swing the invite.
I don't know, because I don't know the first thing about how that game works, other than they can build mechs. They can build mechs in a garage or something. So
none of us do. Unless
then why y'all say I'm gonna play it?
But unless
because of mech genre is your thing, is it
you
not?
do like mechs.
Yes, but if the game is not something I'm interested in, there's plenty of mech games I had never touched.
Yeah, like SD Gundam. That's on the Game Pass. Crazy.
Yes, exactly. It's a great example.
And they added Soletta. And bro, you still won't play.
I'm happy for people who want to play Soletta. Good for them.
Actually, I want to see how much that costs. I might play it. That's crazy, Nairi. I'm a little shocked.
This man just woke up a hater. I'm just saying, bro.
Y'all just twisting
so
the narrative.
Soletta is $8. Who still plays this game? I might buy this. I hope. Watch nobody play it. Then I'll be over there, spend my $8 for nothing. But did y'all watch the Lords of the Fallen trailer?
Yeah,
I've seen some things about it.
I could skim through it real quick.
So Kent, I'll start with you. What are your thoughts on it? What you seen?
It's kind of give me like Shadow of Mordor kind of vibe. Not really.
Bro, I was
not
thinking the same thing.
Just like, you know, like it's another like slashing, whatever they call it, game.
Hack and slash?
Yeah, hack and slash.
I can see that.
It looks good, but I gotta see like actual like gameplay and stuff.
I feel you.
Yeah, so graphically it looks really, really good. Just like, I don't know, like how smooth the combat will be in terms of like, I know like From Software kind of has like the I say like basically the cream of the crop like way of fighting and the blueprint. That's what there you go. But it's just I don't know if it seems slow or not. I've just seen like the combat seems like kind of slow, but hopefully it's a little faster. But we'll see how it feels like when they actually get in hand. I kind of wish they would do a demo, but I don't know.
Like a little couple like 30 to 40 minute demo, kind of like Final Fantasy, I guess.
Yeah. Or like how Lots of Pete did it. Like their demo was like really good, and I was like sold as soon as I started playing that demo. I was like, all right, this is definitely like a way to do like a Soulsborne game, like you want to call it that.
I feel you. I like it because it looks dope, especially from the time, like I guess the time period, like the medieval type stuff as well too. Yeah, it did give me like Shadow of Mordor type vibes, like that Lord of the Rings kind of vibe to it. I don't know if this is a day one cop, only because it might be actually, but I was only saying because I think Spider-Man comes out a week before Mad Game's coming out, so I was like,
say this is. Yeah, it's definitely not a day one cop. I feel like it's more like a wait and see, like what people are talking about. Like, kind of thing with this game.
Because if I'm playing Spider-Man or I'm playing whatever, I don't know if I'm gonna jump to go to that. Like I'm in the middle of Baldur's Gate, and I'm gonna stop playing Baldur's Gate just to play Armored Core, just because I feel like Armored Core is like one of those games. But as soon as I'm done with that, I'm gonna go back to Baldur's Gate. There's just so many games coming out. Now I'm like being very picky, choosing which ones I want to play first. So if I'm in the middle of Spider-Man or near the end of Spider-Man, I'm not gonna stop playing it just to go play that. That could wait. I'll just rock out on Spider-Man or whatever first. But it does still look like a good game. Also, too, I think this is a reboot of the 2014 one. Because when I first saw it, I thought it was like, yeah, Shadow of War, Shadow of Mordor, like those type of games. But then once I saw, I guess they're redoing it from 2014, I was like, well, first of all, 2014 was what, 9 years ago? And it gets a reboot 9 years later. It's kind of crazy. So, I don't know if that's a good or bad thing. And also, too, I haven't heard a lot of people talk about this game like that. So, I don't know how to take it. Hopefully, it's good.
This might be a dumb question, but it's not Lord of the Rings related. Like,
no.
Nah.
I just double checking.
Bro, I thought the same thing. I had to look that shit up. I literally thought the same exact thing.
There's been like, I don't know how many games over the past, like however many game reveals over the years that have looked similar like this with similar type character designs, like in the same type of setting, that like have these great like presentations and then we never hear from them again. Almost like they never come out. This looks like that.
Dang, for real?
It could be good.
I'm about to say,
but like I feel like I've seen this exact same thing before. Every year, there's always a game like this. Maybe not sometimes doesn't look like this, but there's always a game that has these that looks almost exactly like this. Similar type setting, character design, similar vibe. Then we just never hear from it again. Everyone's like, "Oh, it's gonna be the shit," and then it's not. It just disappears. There's like so many games that like I feel like just don't ever like we just never hear from them again. Like, did they ever come out? Who knows? This looks like that. Just off what I've seen.
So would this, all right, would this be a game that you would pick up, or would you wait to?
It does like no. I need to see more to even consider it.
That's true too.
This whole type of thing, like the way the setting and the vibe that doesn't grab me. I've seen the same type of thing too many times. That's not what I'm looking for.
I think this is either the second or third trailer that they've dropped for this game, and I haven't really seen a lot. This trailer does show a lot more, but I haven't seen, I guess, enough to grab my attention for it. And the game comes out in October. I feel like the next trailer they drop for this game has to do something for me to be like, all right, I might pick this one up. They
dropped one last Gamescom, and then they're dropping another trailer this Gamescom. So
I think I remember seeing this at the Video Game Awards. Maybe. I don't know. The only thing I remember from the Video Game Awards is that Elden Ring won, and that Kratos was talking for like 18 minutes. But definitely one of those games. But you know what I'm hyped for? This Cyberpunk update trailer. Now that update trailer looks gas. I'm not gonna lie. So if anybody is out there wants to play Cyberpunk, definitely pick it up. I believe it's 50% off. I know it's 50% off on Steam if I remember correctly. Let me just fact check that. But bruh, that trailer looks so good, and they're basically redoing everything in Cyberpunk, making it just one of them type of games now. I like that. I like how that's not on sale. I was lied to, but I do like, or maybe it was on sale actually, but I do like how they're redoing it. I also do like as well that CD Projekt Red said they're not going to let this game fail, and they're doing everything and anything to keep it alive and keep it relevant as well, especially with the hype of the Cyberpunk Edge Runners, the anime. So I'm excited for that. With this trailer, would this get y'all to play Cyberpunk or nah?
No.
Dang. Marcus?
I'm playing nothing. All right, but I was about to say but I was going to go back and go with Cyberpunk again, but honestly, like I've had so much games like in my backlog, like I need to finish before I go back to Cyberpunk. I know they have like a 5-hour trial for the game, right?
Oh,
I don't think I can.
I
might have started, but I didn't finish it. Yeah, I think you get like a 5-hour free trial for like the game to start, and then like you could choose if you want to buy the game or not.
5
Something like
hours
that. I don't know if it's still going.
Enough. Because the beginning is kind of slow.
Yeah, but I've heard like I know it's like a renaissance of that game, even though like when it first came out, everybody was shitting on it. Deservedly so. But...
Yeah, it was. The game was trash in the beginning.
Like ever since like the anime and stuff has kind of been a renaissance for that game.
So
I'll probably check it out one day, but I would have to really get into it again. Just get into Cyberpunk in general.
It's a really good game.
I have interest.
Like I could say that's probably in my top 10 games of all time. Like, that game is too good, especially the last mission, bruh. If you get a perfect ending in that game, it's just too good, too good. So the first time I played it was the super scuffed version of the game, where it was crashing all the time. I think I had a total of like 14 crashes. My one friend had 35. His crash during the ending, and I got a bad ending. If you play it that way without doing any of the side missions, honestly, I can see why the ending is terrible. But once I went back, replayed it, I don't know how many hours I have on it, but I was playing that shit. Like, once I really sat there and got to enjoy the game for what it was and the time that CD Projekt Red put into it, I was like, wow, this is actually a really good game. Do I think it'll be a generational game? No. But I don't know. I do think that maybe with time and the more stuff they add to it, I could see it going far. I just wish they didn't get rid of multiplayer in that game. That would have been hard. Or at least have like some type of co-op. That would have been tough.
I was hoping for multiplayer for that. That's one of the main reasons I wanted to get it when they first announced it, was the multiplayer.
Multiplayer would have been tough for Cyberpunk.
Yeah, but they kind of scrapped that, so it's kind of dead. But one day I'll check it out again. I'll just have to clear my backlog out first.
Good luck. That shit about to be long. And I'm excited for the new DLC that's coming out too. How many hours do I have on Cyberpunk? My home library, Cyberpunk. Yeah, I got 45 hours on here. I probably got a total of 80. I played it on PS5 first. Bro, and that's the thing too. They didn't have a PS5 version. So I was playing on the scuffed PS4 version, looking like Minecraft. Oh my gosh. Nasty. That was bad.
That's nasty.
That was bad. Never again.
When they had showed them clips of like the NPCs walking around, they had look like Roblox people. Like that.
Bro, it's terrible.
Heard all the thing.
That game was going through it like during the first couple months.
That's why I'm glad they didn't give up on it. Same way like the developers haven't given up on No Man's Sky. Kind of like that.
Yeah, it's basically one of them like comeback stories of success, really. Like,
that's
you hear about like comeback stories. It's like No Man's Sky and then now Cyberpunk.
Yeah,
I can't think of anything else that kind of went through that right now.
No Man's Sky adding some new update that's making it kind of fire. I'm not gonna lie, they be making No Man's Sky sound so much more interesting than Starfield. Like,
that just depends on what you want, I guess.
Yeah,
that's because if you're like, I feel like we didn't really get into No Man's Sky, I feel like, deep enough, because we could still do it anytime, but I know mess up his game is cool.
Okay, I'll come back and play.
And I'm just saying.
Y'all
kind of like got off the game.
That tutorial's kind of brutal though.
Yeah, that tutorial it is brutal starting out, but we didn't really. It makes me wonder, like, all right, I still think about most like, damn, like, what's hype behind this game? Like, people talk like still to this day like hyping it up. So one day.
Yeah, I didn't give it a chance to be. We played for like an hour. We just stopped.
Whoa, we have
saw his gamer score.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. They messed up my gamer score. Like, all right, developers, when y'all make these games and achievements, please do not keep your achievements end with a 5 or a 0. Do not put an achievement at the end with a 4 and 6. Like, come on now.
you got to even it out.
Yeah, gamer score is disgusting.
What was the first game to mess up your gamer score?
Halo Reach. It was that capture the flag achievement. I always remember that.
I remember when Tony got DJ Hero for his birthday, he's like, wait, a 1? You had that one gamer score achievement?
Band Hero did the same thing. It was like a
That's
9
actually crazy.
gamer score achievement. Like, come on,
Bro, my shit is
like
fucked,
it makes you play the game like just to fix your gamer score.
I need one that has an odd because mine ends in an 8.
Mine ends in a 6.
This shit's fucked. Bro, what's like a
A lot
game
of
that can just
OCD
get
people out
something?
there.
Shit, I mean, most achievements end in 5 and 0s.
That's what I'm saying.
It's these odd ones that just be weird.
Yeah, it is kind of random. Like they would start like that.
Then you gotta get like, all right, so Smite has 4,897 gamer score for their achievements. Dog, what is the point?
Exactly.
Like at that at that point, even if you get all the achievements for it, it's gonna mess up your gamer score.
Looks like I'm not playing Smite. Let me stop.
Bro, that was Brandon's game. Brandon. Ain't Brandon
That's one
faster?
genre I probably couldn't get into right there. Is whatchamacallit, those type
MOBAs?
of games right there. Yeah, MOBAs.
Bro, they
I
got
can't
what's it called? The Pokemon one?
or Unite, and I still couldn't do it after,
Oh,
after
shoot.
like 1 or 2 games. I was like, yeah, I'm done.
Bro, we should hop on Unite. We got enough of us.
I
We
never
hop
played
on.
it.
It's too much.
You never
teamwork.
played it?
We stopped.
Too much teamwork. I never played it.
Damn, come on. You gotta at least play one game.
My Switch is like just a dust factory. I play it like once every like 6 months.
That is also true. I think my Switch fan is louder than any other fan.
Oh my god.
That fan is disgusting. I don't know where I was, but oh nah, where was I? I was somewhere and somebody's Switch fan was loud as fuck. And they was like, "Yo, somebody turned the fan off." And it's like, "Nah, it's just my Switch." Like,
I still haven't plugged mine in from like vacation. It's still like just laying there. I've not put it back on the dock.
bro, we need another. We need another one badly.
Please.
But then again, too, if they made another one, it would still wouldn't be as good as PS5 or Xbox. I think it would just be as good as a PS4 and Xbox One. Which honestly, at that point, we'll never get a good.
They're still making good games though.
That's true. That is true. I'm not gonna lie. People be too quick to shit on the Switch. The Switch is not that bad. It's just not up to everybody's graphical standpoint. Even though you understand, the Switch is for family people. So Nintendo is not trying hard to make things graphically demanding.
Yeah, I was watching the Moist Critical stream for like 2 seconds. I mean, it was going in on the Switch, bro.
But he don't like it.
I'm pretty sure he likes it. It's just like the what you call it side, like the specs of it, like optimization and stuff. Where it's like man, that dog shit of a console. I was like, damn. He probably has one, but it's just like I could understand the technical side where it's like how are you so like as a like a $1 billion company, how are you so behind in like software and just out of touch in general in terms of that when it comes to that stuff.
We talk about how the Switch is about to be 10 years old and has had a single price drop.
So that new console comes out, they're leaving that.
They got that light version. That's
Oh yeah, that is their price drop. Bro.
They said here. That's it. Here, nigga, damn. Bro, that's crazy.
Switch came out in 2017. In 4 years, bro, they haven't had a single price drop, and I don't see them having one. But then again, too, bro, Nintendo don't really make consoles like that anyway. Like, how long was a Switch around for before they said, all right, let's make, or not the Switch, the 3DS around for, or the DS in general around for, before they was like, all right, we'll make a Switch.
I was still living in Jersey when the DS came out.
It's like 4 DSs, the DS Lite,
The 3DS,
DSL, the 3DS, DSi. I say DS.
What DS you got?
Some releases.
That's you.
Bro, like, so that
I need that.
So if the DS came out in 05, they didn't stop making DSs until freaking 2017. Bruh, the Switch wants to be around for another 10. They'll be around for another 10.
I could see it.
Don't do it.
If it's not broke, I mean, people still play.
Yeah, I
I'd
guess
say we get a new Switch within the next 2 years, 3 years.
I can see that.
Just a graphical update. They have to do nothing crazy. Update the graphics.
So how long was the Game Boy Advance around?
Switch 2. Bro, remember like the April Fool's trailer came out with like it was like the Wii U Plus or something like that. I don't know. It was something weird.
Oh, it's the Smash Bros thing.
Yeah, I was so hyped.
I
I was so hyped. I was like, yo, I realized, oh, it's just April Fool's joke. Oh my god.
That's what they messed up. They should have just said fuck the Wii U. The Wii U is they never made it. Should just let that one go. My man, my coworker tricked me into getting that shit. Got me.
It's a great console if you love modding stuff.
I wish I had never got that. I think
if you love mods. If you love mods, bro, it's a console for you.
Traded mine right in. I think I had got like my second check from Kohl's, and he's like, "Yo, that means you can buy a Wii U," and I was like, "Dog, I don't want a Wii U." He's like, "Nah, come on, we you know what I'm saying? We can play Smash, we can do this, we can do that." I was like, "But dog, they don't have a Pokemon game on there. I only buy Nintendo consoles if they're making a Pokemon game." He's like, "Nah, they are. Trust me."
Crazy.
That's
actually crazy how there was never a Pokemon. Yeah, Pokemon, but dang, bro. To this day, people still making on Pokemon too.
Oh my god, brother! When we went to Hartford for the regional tournament, bro, he was running it up on Pokemon. Some guy was over there. He's like, "Yo, I don't even know how to play." So he was like just beating everybody. So my guy brother, who's been to Evo and shit for Pokemon, he's like, "All right, I'll play you." He bodied him, and then he's like, "Man, I was just pressing random buttons to begin with." He was like, "Bro, why can't you just take the L? Why are you making excuses?"
Could be like that.
What? I feel like I played Pokemon. Where else did I play Pokemon at? I know I played it on the Switch. I think I just played it on the Switch.
I think like some arcade machines for it.
We played a couple times on the Switch?
On Wii U.
We did?
Yeah. Was it?
Yeah, I think I remember that.
Alright, you right. But yeah. And alright, yeah, now I remember.
I must have been broke because I was like not buying that game.
I was like Pikachu Libre and shit, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Bro, that's crazy.
Wasn't Krogan a character in that game? Was it Tazakro?
Krogan was a character, but not in the Wii U one, in the Switch one.
That was a newer one.
Yeah.
The improved version.
Yeah. I wish I would have played the. Wait, did I play the one? I don't know. Regardless, man, we need a new Switch console. We need a new Nintendo console. So Nintendo, if you're listening, don't take our podcast down. We just letting y'all know we need a new console. Where else are we? All right, so new Call of Duty trailer. Honestly, this trailer was just a regular standard Call of Duty trailer that they dropped for the Modern Warfare series. They was on a boat shooting shit up. Campaign trailer. This is literally the same trailer that they do for every single Call of Duty trailer. It's 9 minutes long. Y'all have any thoughts on it?
I didn't see the trailer honestly, but I could just honestly see it was probably a mission where it was like, troops coming out the water, having like you said, it was probably a battleship scene they got. I always got to put that in there, like a cargo ship type deal.
That's literally all.
There's a lot of guns, a lot of shooting. I do know they're bringing back Modern Warfare 2 maps, like the gold maps, but
I ain't mad at that. Can you saying?
It's another, what Marcus said, basically, it's another COD trailer we get every year.
Yeah, like it's nothing really that hype about it. It's just a thing where it's like, is the gameplay good, or is it supposed to be good? That's all it is.
For a Call of Duty fan, I guess could be excited for like all the old maps coming back. That's something to look forward to.
I think that's cool, but I don't think it's like there's never gonna be another Call of Duty trailer. I'm like, oh my god, they got this in the game. Like I don't think it's ever gonna be a time where I have that like going on in my mind ever again in my life.
They do have the new like campaign style. You can like play like any way you want. Like you can play stealthy. Like it doesn't have to be like a stealth mission. Like the whole mission can be like played stealthy, like loud. I guess that's kind of cool too.
Mm-hmm.
Something new they're trying. different ways to play the game or campaign.
So would this be a day one cop for y'all?
Probably.
Unless I hear a collector from the multiplayer community that multiplayer is the best it's been since like the 360 days. No, but until I hear something like that, where it's like, all right, like the multiplayer is very good and like everybody should give it a chance. But okay.
So they said it about Modern Warfare 2, and then boom.
Did they?
Yeah, they were saying that Modern Warfare 2 is really good, and everybody should check it out. And then Modern Warfare 2 is just okay. The one that they let die was Cold War. They used to have never let Cold War was actually good. They just let it die. It was like, this isn't how we used to be.
I just got so lost in the sauce. It was like World War II, Cold War. I don't know where war we was in now. Like, I don't know.
Oh, I don't know. What war is this? They didn't say in this one, right?
I thought just like a continuation of like kind of like modern day, yeah. Like and, like it's kind of like it's like a rebooted story of it, kind of.
Nah, the Modern Warfare series is just continuation. So
I didn't even know that.
Instead of just rebranding the whole series in general, they was just like, yeah, we'll just do Modern Warfare 1, 2, and 3. So now when people go and buy it, they'll be confused thinking that it's a remaster or a reboot of the OG when it's not.
Yeah, I feel like that name, like the Modern Warfare 2 name, I feel like definitely gave it a sales because people were probably thinking like, yo, it's gonna be exactly the same. It's gonna be like lit. It's gonna be just like the old days. Like it's just a name they're making money off. I feel like at this point,
they definitely made some coins off of it because hella people bought it. So
they got my bread.
They got me too, and I was so mad about it because like I liked it at first, but then I was like, all right, never mind. So now I don't even play it.
It's like 2K patches just mess up the multiplayer.
It was cool, but I mean, got bored.
That campaign was terrible. That was probably the worst Call of Duty campaign I ever played. I'm sorry.
It just looked good. That's really the only thing. Like that one mission that's like a 101 I think Paris or France. Well, they both from the same. But I think it was Paris. But that one mission that was like a 101 of that was pretty good. Like graphic wise, but outside of that, I didn't really care for it. It's just it was just cool. It was just cool. Wait, do y'all think Call of Duty? I mean, Call of Duty would be around forever, but do y'all ever think people would just come to a point and be like, all right, I think enough is enough. I'm not buying this.
Probably not. I mean, maybe like 100 years from now, but
I think our generation. Call of Duty.
You done with Call of Duty?
Yeah.
Would you go back to Battlefield? You're a Battlefield fan.
No. Kind of pass both of them.
Mm-hmm. Are you saddened that Battlefield Bad Company 2's servers are getting shut down?
Yeah, I haven't played it in years, so I mean, I guess. It was fun. It was fun when during that time.
What are like some of your favorite memories on this game?
Maybe you're asking me to pull memories from like I don't know how many years ago.
I'll tell you one of my favorite memories. I don't know if I was playing. I don't know who I was playing with. All I remember is that we were in a building and somebody took, you know what I'm saying, the bottom of that building, blew it up, and we all died. Because that's when you could destroy stuff in Battlefield. Those were the good days.
Yeah.
And just the sniping mechanics in general. Not counting for actual bullet drop.
And that, I never sniped. Oh, you got it.
They never got it right after Bad Company 2.
Bro, it was good in 3. Come on, man.
Nah, Bad Company 2 was
and
better.
what's the World War I version? We just have muskets.
Nobody cares about that one.
Bro, they said that one's hard.
Yeah, they're lying.
Bro, so Nairi, you are a Battlefield enthusiast. How would you feel if they made one, you know what I'm saying, revolutionary type shit?
They won't, so it's hard to feel.
Damn. You wouldn't like, like what if you mess up your musket, boom, you get caught right there, you get shanked.
That must suck. Imagine breaking it.
You're breaking the
get shanked, like because you messed up your reload.
They got a QTE for you to reload. You fuck it up. Somebody's gonna pull up on you and shank you.
Fucking not being in the army, bro. Imagine just you fucking up a reload. That's your life right there. That's crazy,
bro. Imagine being in the army in those days when you have no self or first aid kit. You just fuck. You're gonna lose a limb.
You got a shot in the leg. You got the right time to top it off. Like, bro. You don't get lead poison.
Bro, you get shot, shanked. People run around with dirty stuff. You just stepping wrong. You step in somebody's freaking disease-ridden knife. It's over, bro.
Bro, if I eat one piece of tack and this shit got bacteria on it, I'm done. Like,
fall asleep.
They got the Meldians out there.
Got one ration.
Oh shit.
One ration to last you for 1 month. Like, damn. Good luck.
Fungusy bread and shit, bro. It's over.
Got people call me the damn word. Like,
that's a fact too. Like, bro, I just want to go home and see my family, bro. Oh man. Damn. I wish I could remember the dude's name, bro. Y'all know Lewis and Clark?
Like the history books?
Yeah, the expedition people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Lewis and Clark, they had a slave, right? All right, this is just a series out, and then we're gonna. All right, so they had a slave. His name was York, right? His name was York. So you know how, what was it, Lewis and Clark, and they was traveling with Sacagawea, right?
Yeah.
So they were also traveling with this guy named York, right? So while traveling with York, York said that he's not gonna go with them. He's like, nah, dog, I'm not gonna do it. So Lewis and Clark was like, yeah, we got you, dog. We got you. You know, you go with us. We'll free you. We'll free your family. And all sorts of stuff, right? So he was like, all right, bet. So, you know what I'm saying? What do white people do normally, you know, in that time period? They lied to him. After he won this long expedition with them, with Lewis and Clark and Sacagawea, they go on this long expedition, they get back, and then boom. They said, nah, never mind. They sold York, sold his family, and beat him. So, yeah. I'll share that story.
Damn, it's just pouring off for York.
You never used talked about.
Stop.
York.
Moment of silence.
Oh shit.
He's probably pissed the whole expedition.
Bro. I be pissed.
He's probably carrying bad stuff the whole time.
Facts, him and Sacagawea.
He was sleeping outside the tent.
Oh, bruh. It was a crazy story.
All the hunting. He's probably doing all the hunting. Everything. Dude.
Aaron Yeager's right. Be stuck.
Bro, imagine. Bro, you know what's also crazy? Soon as you mention it, dog, where is this AOT release date? They said fall.
We getting there. We getting there.
That shit is like always amendable.
You can see the finish line.
Bro, y'all said just read it. Y'all would have been done by now.
I didn't know it was gonna be like this.
All right, would you have read it?
Probably not.
Damn.
I don't. I do not get like when I read like manga. I do not get like the same like feel as like watching. And
I don't see that.
I just don't. It's not the same for me.
I guess that's how I feel about JJK. Like, I don't get the same feeling reading JJK versus watching it. Granted, I'm not the hugest fan of it, but I get way more excitement out of watching it. But still, I still give it a little side eye though. Like, damn, like that's all you got. I'll be on my leadership, bro.
Yeah, Kingdom Hearts fan, bro. Like, I could wait for anything at this point. I've been hardened.
What's a new one
better than that waiting.
I mean, it hasn't been bad. So I guess that's like, or to me, it hasn't been bad. Like, I guess it was worth the wait. Like the last hour special they had was pretty good.
That shit was good. I can't lie. Like,
that special was heat.
I think from what I remember reading, that part I did like a lot. I don't want to spoil nothing, but that part I actually did like a lot in the manga, and I actually do like how they handled it. That's why a part of me, like, as much as I be shitting on AOT, there is a side of me that actually does want them to do it right, so they can kind of rewrite history a little bit. Trust and believe.
At this point, the way they, for how long it's taking, they probably are doing like anime only type ending at this rate.
They better, because if they stick to the manga one, there will be another divide. There will be another divide.
Even that trailer, what is going on? Like, what is happening? Like, that stuff going on. That new trailer.
Like, reading it, there's some things that I wish they would have done differently. I wish they would have handled a little bit differently. I don't know if Isayama was like short on time or anything. I highly doubt he was, because I'm not gonna lie, the anime and the manga have been like pretty 1-to-1. They haven't really changed a lot, so that's why I wonder why he just said fuck it. Also, too, there's one manga panel that got leaked years ago, and I wish he went that route, but you know, okay.
Is something that happened yet?
Nairi, did you ever see that manga panel?
Which one?
The one that he leaked like years ago, and said like this is supposed to be the last manga panel.
I don't remember.
Oh damn. Then I don't think they've showed it yet.
Actually, no. Yeah, I think it did happen.
It did.
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about? You say it because you watch it.
Hold on.
No.
It's not in the anime.
Well, yeah, but so it didn't happen yet.
No.
All right, then never mind. Yeah, so it didn't happen yet. But you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
And I wish he would have went that route instead of just doing it wherever.
But that wasn't even that to begin with.
Yeah,
it wasn't. That wasn't what you were thinking.
Yeah, at that moment of time, I thought it was one thing, but
it's in the story, but it's not what everybody thought it was.
Yeah, so wish you wouldn't went that route, but it's all right. Well, back to what's it called? AC Mirage trailer and Jade. Did y'all see these?
Yep.
Assassin's Creed Mirage, thumbs up. Assassin's Creed Jade, thumbs down. I'm just kidding.
Damn.
Yep.
Come on, bro. Wait, don't you? Wait, Malcolm, did you watch these? For a second, I can. Alright, so Nairi, why do you give one a up and one a down?
I don't play mobile games.
All right, that's fair. So, what do you like about Mirage?
Seems like a really good story. I like what's his name, Basim.
I don't know. I didn't watch the English subtitle one. I watched the one where they speak in Hindi.
It has it. Did you not click on the IGN? Did you not click on the IGN video?
I'm glad I'm not tripping on that. I was sitting there reading them subtitles. I was like,
y'all didn't click on the IGN video?
I did, but I didn't.
That's the one I watched. It translated.
I thought they were gonna start speaking in English.
He's speaking in Hindi, but like it's translated to English.
So, well, I mean, you know what I'm saying? They didn't. I mean, bro, what they really even show though? They didn't really show anything. I mean, I guess they showed some gameplay. They did show some gameplay. I go.
You say the whole trailer was
gameplay. All right.
That game was really good. Finally, game I'm actually gonna buy.
They said this is gonna go back to being like AC3 type stuff, right?
Exactly what I wanted to hear.
Good luck to me. I haven't played Assassin's Creed games since 4.
AC3 and AC4 is what I'm looking for.
So maybe I'll get back into it.
I can see myself getting back into this one.
I'm probably gonna buy this. So,
Marcus. Nah, this one looks alright though. I don't know if you check it out. If it is going back to how I guess AC3 plays, I'll probably go back to it. Yeah, I don't really have a lot to say about it. Gameplay look cool, but Jade, bro, I like Jade, man. I like Jade. Jade looks good, but I guess because you don't like phone games. But Jade looks alright. Jade looks okay. I might play that.
Did they have a older phone game back in the day?
For Assassin's Creed?
Yeah.
Can't spell.
Actually, yeah, they did.
They did?
I think it's I think Liberation might have came out on like a PSP or something like that. That was the one that was set during AC3 with the girl. During the she met up with Connor during the war.
Now they got some other ones, some side scroller.
Yeah, Chronicles. Those are on consoles. Those are on consoles too.
Nah, but this is like a
There might have been some just for
something
mobile,
else.
but...
Yeah. Like this. Oh, honestly, this kind of looks like Flappy Bird. This looks like an old Mario type game. Cause it's AC1, but in like a Mario type stuff. Yeah, bro, this game has to be old. Did they have? Wait, you said Assassin's Creed Rebellion?
Said Liberation.
Oh well, they got this one called Assassin's Creed Rebellion. I don't think this is actually like. Oh no, this is by Ubisoft. Oh. Damn, what's one? I don't know. They got. Oh yes, it's Assassin's Creed Mobile. That's a 2D side scroller.
No, I have no idea what that is.
You got an 8.
You break your bike after making that? No.
Probably. I don't know what happened, bro. At this, I'm just going with the flow.
Oh my god.
All I know is I just heard complete silence, and I was like, that don't seem right.
The devil took your mic over for a second.
It definitely did.
I
apologize.
That's all good. So what else do we have? Oh, Crimson Desert. Huh? Y'all hype to start drifting some horses?
Yeah, if that game was crazy. Like I see a YouTube comment, and the guy was like, "I'll believe it when I see it," but I'll definitely like. I love that game. Was if it's all that like it's supposed to be, like that was really good.
There's no release date for it, right?
I don't think so.
They got it available. Making this Pearl Abyss. Wait. Pearl Abyss is a South Korean studio. All right, what games has Pearl Abyss made? All right, Black Desert Mobile. Okay, you know what I'm saying?
Oh, so they just said we're gonna make this Crimson Desert.
Yeah.
Instead of Black Desert.
Yeah.
Okay. It looks cool. Like I don't know if there's such thing as too many things at once is a bad thing, but this looks like 10 games at once. So we'll see how the execution is.
I'm trying to see how that person jumped off the building and started flying. That's what I'm interested in.
It's like medieval Michael Bay, the game. I don't know.
That is what I'm interested in.
Looks cool. Just like to know what it's about.
So if this one has a story, would you play it?
Yeah, right now it just looks like you're just doing a bunch of bullshit.
But how do you feel about the person drifting on the horses? The real question.
Yeah, that's cool. But again, bunch of bullshit.
Do you think this is one of those games that looks really good but might be really bad?
I can see it. Like Marcus says, a lot of stuff going on. Like it goes from like Lord of the Rings, like to like Dune, like in the trailers, it was like kind of crazy.
Because as I was watching, I was like, this game does look like really, really good. But I mean, they showing me a lot of stuff that looks okay. I might need to see a little bit more though. But
well, I like the movement and combat. Like,
yeah,
that's the most interesting part about it.
If it all looks like that on final release, and there's a reason for me to actually be running around doing all that, then okay. But as of right now, looks cool. But like, am I gonna buy it? As of right now, no.
What game would get your money first? This or Lords of the Fallen?
Yeah, Assassin's Creed getting my money. So
no, you can't. No, AC was not in here. We know you want to buy Assassin's Creed. This is different.
neither would get my money.
Damn, come on, bro.
I mean, that's
all right. You have to pick.
interesting,
You have to
bro.
pick either one, or Fuzi 2 gives you a wedgie.
I don't even. I barely know about anything about that nigga other than the clip of him in the car.
Oh, you didn't see when he gave that one guy Niana a wedgie because he couldn't name 5 DDG songs?
No, I don't.
Why is he bullying that man?
I don't follow that all that shit.
I think that man's niece is getting bullied right now. I don't know. That's what I know. So I don't know.
Who?
Neon, I think is his name.
Oh.
I haven't seen that video where it's like him getting jumped by them like by the hood people, but it's like I think that was scripted. So I don't know.
Yeah, they both on some weird shit. I laughed at him getting a wedgie by Fuzi Tube, but then he got jumped.
That's what I was saying. Entertainment for streaming is at a weird place right now.
It definitely is.
It's more like just getting clipped is gonna get you views now, so it's kind of like that mentality.
Once Speed showed his dick, views went up. I showed meat.
I don't think he did that on purpose.
No, I don't think he did.
He just said he didn't have clean pants.
Or you can tell by his reaction, like, that man did not mean to do that, bro.
He just said he didn't have clean pants. I'm trying to figure out, well, who cares? Just go find a pair of pants to put on.
It's way like this when the camera's angled at, like, come on.
That man started thrusting at the camera, and that junk's just kerplop.
It's just funny because, like, when he was playing Roblox, it was like grown ass men going up to him saying, "I show meat." Like, bro, I could hear the bass in y'all voice going up to him saying, "I show meat, I show meat, I show meat."
That shit not even funny, bro. Like people just
low key feel bad, but
no pun intended, dick riding.
Yeah,
put some fucking pants on.
He should have.
Yeah, bro, just wear some pants, man.
It's his own fault. I don't know what he getting mad at everyone else for.
There's paint that's popping out through this dick hole.
Yeah, you're too lazy to put some fucking pants on.
He should. Yeah, put some.
It's not hard, bro. Like,
He said,
being a dumbass. Like, that's all there is to it.
Yo, pause. I'm rewatching it. I'm like, that. It's just hilarious.
I was trying to avoid it that day because people was like, "Yo, dog, Speed Dick came out." So
I was like, all over my Twitter feed. I was just like, I don't need to see.
Bro, freaking Grandy had put it on Instagram, but he blurred it out, and I was like, bruh. I go on Twitter, I saw it, I was like, all right, man, it was going to keep scrolling. Bro,
you'll see that one video of the dude dancing, like his balls like came out.
Yeah.
Like, come on, how's that happen? It's always like when people are dancing.
He had to be like drunk because like he didn't feel nothing down there when he was dancing. Like
he's wearing a suit.
Yeah, I don't know how you wearing a suit and that shit just exposed.
Balls just came out. Come on.
We're not gonna talk about the dude that tried to like grab him like on top of that. Like he was like, yeah. Started reaching.
Bro, people on some right now. It is in a funny place. It's in a really funny place. And the last thing for gaming, we have UFC 5. It was nothing crazy. Just UFC 5 on the way. Is anybody coughing?
Nope.
Nope.
Skip that. We can skip this right now.
So, a couple months ago, Streets is on fire because someone had saw that they leaked the new PSP was on the way. Everybody was like, yes, finally a new PSP. Everybody wants a new PSP. If I'm going to be completely honest, if they even drop the new PSP, I don't even see half the people playing it because, for one, the games wouldn't really look that good. They would look just like Switch games, maybe a little bit better. But for two, bro, the mobile gaming market is kind of becoming a little overcrowded. Granted, the PSP is still the PSP, but you have the Steam Deck, you have the Asus ROG, you have the Ubisoft one. those three already can play PC games and PS4 games too, if you know what I'm saying, crap out the bandwidth. So PSP would only just play PSP games, just limited at that point, right? But people's going crazy. It's like, yo, dog, I need a new PSP. PSP, I can go back to my old days of playing SOCOM on the PSP. Go back to my old days of playing Shin Budokai on there. Blah, 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 blah. Right? So now at gamescon, they finally said, yo, dog, this is the new PSP. And the internet was in a little confused uproar, but they was like, all right, I'm not buying it. So this new quote-unquote PSP is not your traditional regular PSP. No, it is just a remote play device, right? So Marcus Brownlee, he broke it down saying, yo dog, look, it's gonna be $200, right? First thing, which is kind of crazy to be $200. But secondly, on top of that, is that you can only play it with Wi-Fi and your PS5 has to be on. So if you thought about playing this while your PS5 is off, it's no point. You might as well just plug in your own controller and turn your TV on to play it, right? As well as there's no Bluetooth between it. It just only connects to PlayStation stuff. So if you have some headphones, PlayStation headphones, whatever the case may be, it's the only way to listen to the audio. So with that, I say, what are y'all thoughts on that?
Terrible.
Basura.
They literally have like the Switch blueprint in front of them for years. They could just copy and paste that. But
nostalgia upselling gone wrong.
Yeah,
Oh, they hit it off. Like, I don't, especially just in today's day and age, I don't really see a point of it because there's a lot of phone games that look really good too. Like, mobile gaming is at all-time high. So if you wanted to, I don't know, play the newest, you could play Call of Duty Mobile and it looks really good. Apex Mobile, I don't think the servers are still up, but that looked really good. Dokkan and all these other games look really good. Genshin you can play on the phone. There's a lot of phone games you can play that look really good. So I mean,
it's like Marvel Snap really big right now too.
Yeah, that looks good on there. So it's a lot of like stuff on the phone that's like, all right, you're more likely to carry around your phone to play these mobile games than a PSP. But I guess this might want to make the argument of, well, I can play games. I want to play games offline. Like Kent just said, you know, Switch is right there. Like if PlayStation or Sony really wanted to, they could have just copied Switch blueprint. Or you could just buy a Steam Deck, the Asus ROG, or the Ubisoft thing. You can play those games offline. So, and I never really saw a point of the PSP coming back. Especially too, Sony needs to focus on the PS5 when PS5 is doing okay at best.
Yeah, I can understand if it was one of the things where it's like, oh, we're selling like a little mini console, like a throwback, whatever, like because how they be doing like the little like, is it like Atari coming back or something crazy now? Like I did see like a video where it's like the Atari's coming back in a way. They're actually releasing like new Atari games for it, with physical copies and junk. So it's interesting thing. Like there's a market for like vintage consoles and stuff, but you gotta do it right to get actual bang for the buck for it.
When they redid the NES, all right, that was fine. Or they was redoing actually a lot of consoles. They did the NES and two more things, right? But they didn't do the 64. And that's what people was thinking they were going to do was the N64, but they didn't do that. But like, all right, that's fine because you just plug it up to the back of your TV, the HDMI cables, and boom, you're in there like swimwear. But no, they said no, you're only going to be able to play PS5 games through remote play. PS5 has to be on.
Yeah,
that's kind of crazy.
You can take that $200 and buy like a modded PS Vita.
That's a fact.
With more stuff on there.
It was to me when I saw it, it really made no sense. On top of that too, I think the worst part is that it doesn't have Bluetooth. So the only way it could connect is if you have the PS5 stuff itself or PlayStation headphones itself. So dog, if you sit in there and let's say you got some new AirPod Maxes and you're like, dog, I want to try this out. I want to see how things listen, sound, blah 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 with my games. Bro, good luck. You gotta go spend another X amount of dollars. I think $180 for the earbuds or just to listen to the game.
I think so. And like, if you put all the stuff together, it's like the cost of a whole nother PS5.
Yeah, you might as well just go buy that.
Yeah, but you just get a Steam Deck or something and just emulate your shit.
That's what I'm saying.
Oh no, you could emulate a lot more games too on top of it. Like, not just Sony games.
Bro, people sleeping on the Steam Deck because I think Steam just started the refurbished for Steam Deck. So if you want to go buy a refurbished one at a discounted price, the Steam Deck, in my opinion, is worth it a little bit more just because you can play PC games on there and shit. You can mod it.
About to say, I might have to buy me a refurbished Steam Deck at this rate.
Bro, like, how's mine open up? I think when I turn my Steam Deck on, it's the One Piece eye catcher with Luffy when he was in a barrel, or like the barrel coming up to look at cool. Luffy. And then when I turn it off, it's the 2016 Toonami of Tom saying later.
That's dope.
And bro, it's just mad stuff. You could just constantly just mod the Steam Deck like crazy. Just mod the fuck out of it, you know. But I allegedly, I almost had Tears of the Kingdom, but I didn't want to freaking break my Steam Deck. I almost had that shit a week early, but I didn't want to fuck my Steam Deck up. I didn't want to fuck it up. Was it
Nintendo Ninjas, or was it just like a thing on the hardware or something?
It's just because people on Reddit were saying that this version of it is like a little cracked, so you may or may not get a virus. Yes. So I didn't want to take the chance.
I would not be taking that chance.
What's the newest?
Did y'all see the Asus version of like their own like Steam Deck kind of thing?
And that shit looks good too. Like if I had to recommend one to a person, I probably would still recommend the Steam Deck, only because Steam to me is just a better, just like, I think they run for Linux, and Linux is a way better OS if you want to mess with it more. I think with the Asus ROG, you could mess with it, but it's almost like how you would do it with a PC. Most of the stuff so if you want to emulate games on the Steam Deck, right, you just download MU Deck, and then from MU Deck you go and you add all this stuff, and then boom, you're in there. Like, if you want to go and download Fire Red or Leaf Green or whatever, just go find the ROM for it, emulator, add it to a folder, you good to go. So like right now I have Gale of Darkness, Pokemon Coliseum, Pokemon Stadium 1 and 2. I got hella shit on there. I think I got all the God of Wars. Bro, it's just Steam Deck too good. The thing I like about the Steam Deck, I don't know about the Asus ROG, is that you can have a 1 terabyte micro SD. So I think I bought either that or 512. I don't know. Either way, that's how games go on there. But it's like I said, like, it to me just really doesn't see. I don't see a point of ESP. Like I said, you might as well just buy a Steam Deck or the Asus. Out of them shit. What we got? Oh, all right. So boom, y'all played this game. I have not. What are y'all thoughts on this new Texas Chainsaw Massacre game?
I guess I'll start. It's we only played, I'll say like 2 or 3 games, 4 games, 5. I can't remember how many we played, but it's like, you know, it's a lot to it's like a lot to like learn, a lot of technical stuff you kind of gotta get used to and stuff. Like, save for like abilities with Leatherface and the family, so and so, and the victims. There's no like tutorial for it, so you kind of, it's just videos, so you kind of gotta, you know, like read and watch videos on like how to do things. But you just have to play it to get used to things. But overall, like, the presentation is good. It's just, you know, it's a little buggy here and there sometimes going on, but it's fun with friends, I feel like. But like when you're playing online, actually trying to win, it's a little, I don't know, as of right now, I'm not really used to it, because I'm used to more of the open field, like kind of like camp areas and Friday the 13th. I was like that. So I just feel like, as of right now, for my first impressions, I do feel like a little like congested, like in the mess stuff, where it's like, damn, like I don't know where to go, and it's like I can't go this way, I can't go that way. There's a gate right there, like something I just can't jump over. Like, it probably feels like it was a lot more open space in the game to just like walk and run. That might just be like the Friday 13th kind of fan of me. But about that with it.
So I was gonna ask, well, you've only played a few games, but which one would you prefer right now if you just had to pick one?
Of course, right now I'm gonna say Friday 13th. I feel like that. I feel like I wish like I wish whatever like then that lawsuit and stuff was going on. I wish that had never happened because they would have been able to put a lot more content in the game. Probably had a lot of a bigger fan base. But... And I don't know there'll never be a sequel, so like, cause like damn, they'd have to use other horror game properties or horror properties in general. We'll see how this one goes through updates. It has the potential. It's like a good. It's a good enough like skeleton, I should say. Like it just needs like a lot more updates probably like for like to really get going. Like I don't know how long people are gonna be playing this. About like a month from now or like 2 months from now. I don't know how the longevity is gonna be. That's my only questions about it.
Did this game because I remember Friday 13th didn't have that good of a launch, so would you say this one's launch is better than Friday 13th?
Yeah, most definitely, yeah. I would say.
Yeah, it's definitely a better launch. Like that game actually works. I can actually get into games on this. Like I remember the first day Friday 13th, you couldn't even get into a game like for a week at least. I feel like.
It's like little quality of life stuff they could change, make it better.
Cause I remember when Friday 13th that first come out, like everybody was on it, all our friends was on it, like, but then like we couldn't get on the game because it just didn't work. So it kind of like killed like all the hype from it, like for our like friend group.
Because I'm trying to think, I remember getting it, then we tried to play and then it just didn't work at all. Had to wait a minute.
It took like opposite like a year or so like for it to actually like be really stable.
That was crazy.
Even then it was like some buggy stuff would be happening. A lot of buggy things would happen. So you got the clips.
Do you think that this game would die only because like it came out at the wrong time?
I can see like streamers like having like fun with it. But I guess like casually it's kind of just like whatever. Like the maps are like really small. I feel like it just kind of gets, and like once you learn the game, I feel like it's like it'll be pretty easy for people to just kind of like start abusing stuff, like certain abilities, and like I feel like the villains are really overpowered compared to like the victims.
This dragon needs a little more time in the oven. But it's definitely, it could be good with a couple updates. That's probably just going to be like exactly like the Friday 13th was. Like they're going to get a lot of updates. Hopefully feedback. They'll listen to feedback and see what people want. And just hopefully their fan base grows from there because there's definitely an audience for it. Like that type of genre.
Because I didn't hear nothing about the game. It's just one day, that day you had mentioned it, I was like, bro, where's the game even spawned from? Like... So were they talking about it, or just the one day a whole bunch of streamers like, yo, dog, like, let's all play
this? It's like
this.
a trailer because it's a trailer. I remember like releases. I don't know when, but I just know it's Gun Media. I don't know the actual company. I know it's Gun something. But I know they were behind the Friday 13th game. Was like everybody's like hyping up. You see on Twitter and stuff like, oh, like the people that made the Friday 13th game is making the Texas Chainsaw Massacre game. Like, oh, it should be good. It should be dope. But it's not as I thought it was. I thought it'd be like very like really like I know you want to be a different game, you kind of want to differentiate yourself.
Yeah.
But some of the mechanics, I'll say some of the mechanics in Friday 13th are a little more like fun to do than I'll say in Texas Chainsaw Massacre as of right now. Like I feel like there's a lot more ways to win if you're a victim. Like if you're like a victim or whatever.
You just gotta like you find like a lockpick basically. That's how you open every door. You gotta do that just like 3 times and you're out, kind of.
It's like so far, it's like you just gotta find a lockpick, open the door, find another lockpick, open this door, make sure like find a valve, open this door. It's a little limited as of right now.
And I thought there's no way to defend yourself like there wasn't Friday 13th.
Yeah, you can actually fight back in Friday 13th, and this you can't really fight back. So it's like damn, like that kind of takes a little bit of like a Daredevil type like fun to it. Like it's like, oh, I'm gonna go like fight the people trying to kill me instead of like maybe like I can distract them while y'all just try to escape or like I don't know. Like now it's very it's like it's more contained and it's like how like people talk about open world games versus like a game where it's just a hallway, like it's a game that's guiding you. It kind of feels restricted, like movement wise.
They literally spawn on the victims like in the same like general area, like under.
Yeah,
Like, everyone just knows to go. Oh, let's go underground and kill everybody. So it's like,
you start in the basement, so it's just like okay, like, but you got to make yourself get out, and then it's like all right, now what? And,
you can just like spawn camp like the stairs or whatever. Just wait for you.
yeah. Just a tad stale compared to Friday 13th. Was like, all right, you could do all the, you could start like out in the open. It's like, all right, you can go anywhere on the map and you could look for stuff to get to escape. We'll have to see.
I wanted to play it. Didn't know it was on the Game Pass. Because at first I was like, dang, like paying 40 for this. I mean, some people were, but I did not know it was on the Game Pass.
That's a good thing. I'll say it's on Game Pass.
Yeah.
Like, so if like you really don't like it, then you could just delete it or whatever. You don't have to buy it.
That's why I was gonna download it, but then I realized that Armored Core comes out, so I was like, I don't know. It got
yeah, these types of games I like having, like say it's like private lobbies. I just like say if y'all, it's like a full lobby with friends. I feel like I enjoy stuff like that more. Like I would enjoy the game more in general. I would like it.
Gotcha. Maybe after all these games die down, too many games coming.
I'm about to say this is a crazy year for gaming in general. So it's like there's a lot of shit out.
Yeah,
a lot of stuff.
Something would have to die out for me to be like, all right, I think I'll check this one out. But until then, I'm about to stay on my path of playing these games that's coming out. But this did look like I just fumbled that whole sentence. This did look like a game that I would check out. I was watching some people playing on Twitch. I was like, oh, that does look interesting. So just haven't had a chance to play it.
It's a thing where it's like the people that play the game create the fun in a way. They like you can have some moments where it's like, oh man, like you think and feel like oh, this is a fun time playing this. And I feel like Friday 13 definitely had a lot of that. Like maybe this game could get to that point, but it's probably gonna need a couple more updates.
Definitely might download it, add it to the dog. Like, it's nothing to play list. Too much to play, not enough time. What I have last thing on my notes is Naruto game, Naruto Boruto. Awesome Ninja Storm Connections. Is that it? Is that the full name of it? I don't know. Anyway, this game gets a release date. It comes out the 17th of November. So Nairi. Alright. Nairi.
I hear you. Just preparing myself for the question.
Will you buy this game?
I've only ever played like one Naruto game, so I don't really see me buying this game.
Now, I asked because, you're a fan of Naruto. You're a fan of Boruto. I would think that you want to support the company that makes this game.
They don't need my support. They make plenty of money.
But this is the game that, the Naruto fans have been waiting for so long.
Seems like any other Storm game.
I mean, that's also true too. But still, they say this is the one.
Just looks like any other Storm game.
So this is not a pickup for you.
You knew. No, it's not a pickup for me.
so Marcus Kit?
I would say potentially, but that's for me is like any fighting game. Like any fighting game in general, it's like unless my friends are buying it, I'm probably not gonna get it. That's how kind of I am with fighting games right now.
I just not really into like anime fighters. I think the last good one was probably like DBZ fighters. But
I'll say that Storm is like one of the blueprints for the like anime fighters though. I'll say that, but it just depends on like what you call it. My friends
kind of like outgrown it. I don't know. That's not being interested in it.
I can see that. That's actually interesting. I can see that because I probably wasn't gonna buy it, not because I don't really care for like Naruto like that, but also too, even though it is Storm, but I'm kind of like tired of 7s and 6s and 7s when it comes to anime games. I want a good anime game. I'm not saying this one can't be good, but we've seen this. What this will be now the sixth time, right? Fifth, sixth time of this because they have Storm 1 to 4, and then they have another. So it'd be the fifth time seeing this. Like I'm kind of cool off of this. I don't need
That's
another
another
one.
thing. It's like it's not even technically Storm 5. It's not which people would actually want. Like if you're a Storm fan, you'd actually want Storm 5. It's more like one of them in between games where it was
Like Generations.
yeah, like Generations or something like that. Where it's like they kind of change up the combat a little bit. Like add a little tweak to it, but it's nothing like game changing. Where it's like, oh, like it's the next like I don't know, like like they got a lot more characters. It seems like it's like it kind of seems like a DLC pack could have just been made for 4 at the same time.
Yeah, that's all.
It kind of seems like that. So
But this I'm watching the trailer again. I'm like, bro, like this dead ass looks like it could have just been DLC. Same thing.
yes, it's like how much new content is actually in this game. I know there's a new story, but it's like how long is the story? It's probably maybe like I'll say 3-6 hours, maybe at most, if that. Like, cause it seems like a kind of contained narrative, like a small little narrative, like a little what if like saga type thing.
But they got
So,
130 characters. Different
That's
version
the thing.
of Naruto
It's like
and Sasuke.
it's like they add. It's like all the characters that was in Storm 4, but they just added a couple from the board, so that are like
literally
that could have been DLC. Like, so I don't know. I don't. It's just like I don't know how well it's gonna do in sales if it's not Storm 5.
literally when it says 130, it shows all the characters and it shows all the new characters in like the little line of the
that's what I
division
was
of
like.
people.
Yeah, I was watching the trailer. Like, I was just like, it kind of makes you think. Where it's like, all right, these little arts, like the little like art sprites, they all look exactly the same from Store 4, Store 3, like stuff like that. And it's like, what is actually new in this game? It like, am I actually getting like? It seems like I could have just paid $20 and got this.
That's all it looks like.
It's just I don't know if it's a good business model, especially because there's so many Storm games. After a while, it's like I don't know how many. I don't know. It's just a weird state. I feel like there's too much stuff coming out. Like this is about to release too.
I think what 3 or 4 months after this, the JJK game comes out, and that's another anime arena fighter.
Look, it's real.
So
and it's all Bandai Namco. It's not like.
Well, they got a chokehold on anime games.
Yeah, I know they got it. It's like we all know how these games usually come out. Either they're gonna be 5, 6, 7, around there. Like nothing really game breaking. Where it's like I don't know, like how they talk about like Street Fighter being really like making like 9s and
Right,
Mortal Kombat
Mortal
1.
Kombat, yeah.
Like Mortal Kombat is probably gonna be like a 9, 10. So I don't know.
Well, when I was younger, like I guess I would play it more because like it would go with like the story or where they're at, like an anime at that point in time. Like, but like older Naruto games when I was younger, I played like Storm and all that. Like they'll stop to a point where it gets like to like, oh, we have Itachi and Kisame, and you don't like as a anime watcher, you don't really know who they are yet. So you're like, oh, it's kind of interesting. They have these like two people in the fighting game, never like seen the story yet. So like I feel like JJK, people might like that one better just because if you're like an anime watcher,
I
you
think
end up with the story.
then. Because at least it's like it's catching you up to a certain point.
Yeah,
But
and it gets you excited for like new character. Like, well, who's this? Like, they haven't shown this in anime yet. It kind of gets you like excited.
It's interesting because I think it's what Storm. Is it Storm 3? It's either Storm 3. I think it's Storm 3 that has like that completely different ending to the game versus
Oh yeah.
But
so, like
that shit was crazy.
when you look at the Demon Slayer game, the Demon Slayer game stops at the Mugen Train, but then they added DLC as time went on because I guess it kind of started to run and coincide with that season of Demon Slayer. So you started to get all the other Ashiras and all the other demons, all this other stuff. So I kind of like that. So I would think maybe, even though I know the anime isn't coming back for God knows how long, but let's just say if they did something similar for either like the Naruto game or they would do something similar for like the JJK game as the season drops or Shibuya Incident. I think that's the newest art they just dropped the trailer for. Like if they stop there and then as time goes on, they're like, all right, so we're gonna drop these characters maybe for JJK 0, something like that. I don't know, just to go on with the story. Or even have DLC like that.
See, that keep more interesting because like Naruto's like been like done over with, and we played these Storm games for like 10+ years now, so it's kind of old, getting kind of old. I would say.
Compared to Tenkaichi 4, because like Tenkaichi 3 is like obviously that game hasn't been, or they haven't made a new Tenkaichi game for the past like decade or so, like a little more over a decade. So it's like it's a lot more hype for that, and it's also the art style looks really good. Like if that's actually like from the trailer, yeah, if that's actually like how the art style is gonna be, it looks like, all right, that looks pretty cool. But like for Storm games, it all starts to look the same after a while, and it's like it's not really a next gen title. It's like, if it was a next gen title, we'd be like, oh shit, like this looks really cool. Like I'm kind of gonna cop, but like there's no like fight mechanic change or like big fight mechanics like differences or like I don't know, just like a new graphical update. It just looks it all just looks the same. But this looks like a DLC pack. Like at the end of the day. So.
Hey, real ones know
they charge
about
60 for it.
Yeah, 60 or 70.
That's crazy. That's kind of crazy.
You see,
Yeah, I guess if you're like a Storm Naruto fan, that's all you.
Like, if it was straight up a next gen like game, I might have considered it, but it's just this was an in between gen type game, so it's not really anything I'm really looking forward to.
DLC packed into a whole game.
Basically.
Nice.
It just looks like it, but it's probably not. But it's just like all right, that's what it looks like. That's how like it's kind of marketed the way it is. The way it's marketed, it's like how much new stuff is in this game. That shouldn't be like where it shouldn't be $30. At the most.
Man, they got hella collector editions for this game.
They do have like little figurines and stuff that how to get to people.
It's probably like just for like the fans, kind of.
Yeah, I can see that being like a nostalgia type game.
They should probably just make a new like Naruto like fighting like franchise. Honestly, like if it was something where like the arc system came like arc system works like did like a Naruto fighting game, that should be heat. But I guess they would any game they would make would be heat, I guess, like fighting wise.
Arc system.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Are they're supposed to be working on another anime fighting game, right?
There was that rumor that they were doing One Piece, and people was like, "Hell no, that shit ain't happening." But it would be cool. That's another thing. I would say, like, if they made like a Burning Blood too, I'd be like, "Yo, I'm kind of getting that."
Yeah, that'd be tough.
This is because like the mechanics were like, it didn't feel like it was just fun to play with, like different like for friends and stuff. It didn't feel like the same fighting game. I feel like Burning Blood, if they would have kept going, would have
that shit would have been fine.
They stopped that one, so it was like, damn. They got so many characters in the game.
Nobody be supporting One Piece games. One Piece games don't be that bad. Nobody supports.
It's just the Bandai Namco thing again, where it's just like constant 6s, 7s. It just
that's true. Like what game? Which one did I beat recently? The one that everybody hated was that World Seeker. I beat that one. I was like, all right, I think I paid like $20 for it. It's like, okay, this is like at the most I pay is probably like 40 if I really was looking for it. But I'm glad I got it for 20. I wouldn't be mad if I paid 60 because it seemed like the game first came out, it was dog shit. But now the other day they changed some stuff around. It's not terrible. I'm glad I paid 20 for it though. I wouldn't want to pay anything higher than 60, or I wouldn't want to pay 60 for it. Definitely wouldn't.
It's a constant cesspool or like generated like. This is like cool. It's nothing groundbreaking. It's cool.
Yeah.
Like calm, like some calm, like calm anime game. Average run of the mill anime game though. It's all it is though.
Well, anime game I do want back though is freaking J-Stars.
Oh, I think they got something coming. I heard they got something coming for like next gen apparently, or not next gen, but like newer consoles apparently. Like
that's what I
Series
do
X and PS5s.
Freaking.
Apparently they're going back to like the traditional like J-Stars type fighting.
That's what they need to do.
Jump Force was. I think they're supposed to release some. I could be wrong on that, but I could have sworn there was some kind of rumor out there for
Jump Force was dog water after freaking the first couple of days. My God.
Bro, that graphical style was not it for that game, bro.
That shit wasn't.
Just be safe and just do cell shading it like for any anime game. Like just go safe with it at this point.
Yeah,
That realistic style was not it.
And now, I think when I first bought JSTARS, I only knew about some of this anime. Now that I've actually sat there and watched some of it, and I'm like, oh shit, that's him from there. Like, bruh, I think one of the people from Haikyuu is in JSTARS. It's mad people in JSTARS. I had no knowledge of. And now even Jump is a lot bigger than it was whenever that game came out. They could definitely make a new JSTARS. Definitely make a new.
I could have sworn I heard this rumor of them coming out with a new, like, I'm assuming.
I feel like they talk about it at least once a month, or not once a month, but once in a while. Be like, yo, new JSTARS on the way. Somehow they get there. I would definitely love to get a new 100%. I would love that.
It sucks that Jump Force was almost the game I wanted. It was just technically a trash game. It's just like the grab got lag spikes. This shit didn't
frame drops.
Frame drops.
All motion blur. Everything was wrong with that game.
Very weird. A weird choice.
So hopefully,
the potential.
Hopefully they ever make another anime fighting game with a collective of people, just do another JSTARS or just remake JSTARS. I'll buy it. See, I'll pay $60 for that just because I liked it so much the first time. Just don't mess up anything. Just keep it all the same. Add a couple new characters. I'm good. I'm in there.
It's funny because they just hold the arena fighters to the standards to the Cyber Connect 2, which
Bro,
makes all the storm games.
I hate that. Because they swore up and down, yo, dog, the Demon Slayer game is going to be greatness. And, bro, the game is just alright.
There needs to be a new company or something that come up where it's like, alright, they kind of changing up.
But that's the one thing I will say about anime fans. Anime fans do not give nobody else a chance. Like, they don't give no one a chance. Because, dog, that Attack on Titan 2 game is really, really good. And it got supported when they came out with the last DLC. But outside of that, nobody was talking about that game at first. I only bought it because I just saw years ago TBH made a video about it. And I was like, well, I really like AOT right now. And I want to play something with AOT. Let me play this. Even they say that Berserk game that they made was good. I will say they haven't made a good... that Fairy Tail game wasn't all that. But anime fans, when it comes to certain games, they will not support when them shits is good. But when it's the bad ones, they'll definitely support it.
Yeah, it's anime gaming's kind of got that stigma right now, where it's like either it's good or either it's mid, or it's like something that kind of pops up once in a while, where it's like, oh, it's like an 8-9, we're in that range. But it's very rare that happens.
AOT to me was a smooth 8, and nobody supported it. That shit is $20 at GameStop.
Not gonna lie, I think me and Ken tried it like a year or two ago. And it's kind of hard to, or it's kind of hard to get into. Like, I don't know. It's really hitting. I don't know if it's like a little dated.
You gotta use the controls.
It's gonna get kind of easy.
I'm an old man now, so it takes me forever to get into anything now. Like, I really gotta be into like.
What for?
Anime just gaming in general. I gotta be like really like.
So you old man, like 27 years old.
I do. I'm not the same gamer I was like 10 years ago. Like,
bro, what happened?
Nah, bro.
People really want quality.
When Xbox brought the Call of Duties back, I went on Modern Warfare 2. I went 0-13, bro. It was so bad. Like,
well, I would expect that. Like, dude.
Bro, I'm terrible at shit, man. Like FPS. Bro, I think that's one thing. I'll never stop gaming. Like, when Zach had put out the tweet saying, how many full, I think 30-hour games have you beaten this year so far? And I had 7. I was like, bro, I just love gaming. That's the one thing I really love doing, is just playing games. Wish it was other stuff, but I just love playing games.
I feel that.
That's
a good year for gaming right now, so
yeah, bro, that too. It's like every time I turn around, something to play. I love it. I'm not gonna lie. Like, I was at work and I was thinking of all the things I'm about to go and do on Baldur's Gate, and then I realized that Armor Core comes out, and I was like, bruh, all right, hold on, Baldur's Gate, I sit on the back burner. It's just so much stuff to play.
I just think like this is like the last console generation is like really like bad for me. Like
I
I
can
did
see
not
that.
enjoy. Like there's nothing. Like all the games are coming out uncompleted. And nothing was working. Like Friday 13th, like for example, that game wasn't working. It's like nothing was working. The stuff came out at launch, or just like disappointing reviews.
I can see that. I think I don't know why I can't really get tired of games. I guess because too there was like that long period of time for us growing up where games wasn't really coming out like that. Like them dry ass summers where all we had to do is just either play Call of Duty, Gears of War, Halo Reach, like or Halo 3. Now that we're in like a time where it's just non-stop games, like I'm not gonna lie, it doesn't get a little overwhelming, but it's kind of cool though. It's kind of good, especially too in those COVID years. There was literally nothing to do.
That was rough.
Oh, that was. And now I like it. That's why I'm excited for like Wukong, Cyberpunk's DLC. What is shit?
Got Spider-Man 2.
Spider-Man 2, yeah.
Starfield if you're interested.
I'm mixed on Starfield, but I'll play it. It's on the Game Pass.
If this as good as people are like leading it up to be, then it's probably gonna be another Game of the Year contender. Like this is like the ambition of like what they're trying to do. Like if it actually all worked, then that alone gives it like an 8. Now it just goes with the story.
My only thing with Starfield is I'm actually a little confused on why games are on like a 60 frame like standard and why that game runs at 30, which is kind of weird for a next gen game.
Yeah, I understand that too. It is kind of weird.
I think the industry standard should be like 60 frames. Like all games should run at 60. No game today should run at anything less than 60. 60 or above. And for that game to be a AAA title running at 30, well, you know what I'm saying? A little weird.
Especially with these so-called next-gen consoles, like we got, like, companies aren't really utilizing all the power that they have.
Then the only game that I've seen it recently do it was Final Fantasy. They used all the power of the PS5. That some people's PS5 is getting super hot, turning it off because it was too hot. Like that's the only game I've seen push the console to the limit. I mean, no.
Granny's got the juice when it comes to their Final Fantasy games.
Nah, that's true too. That game does look really good. Like I may not like that game, but I can't lie and say that game doesn't look good. That shit looks really good.
Yeah, you can tell it looks like a next gen game.
Yeah, that's the thing.
A next gen game.
Like how Gran Turismo is like the benchmark, or how Forza is the benchmark, bro. Final Fantasy is the benchmark because that game looks really, really good. Like if you were playing on like a 4K TV or whatever, it's gonna look really good. That game looks nice. But game, yeah, I like the space gaming's in right now. It's just a lot of good stuff, and a lot of stuff that's all right. But you need the all right ones, like Hogwarts. That was okay. Bro,
that shit came and went. Just like Multiverses. Let me stop.
That's a fact too, bro. And I actually like that game. Bro, when I was looking at the games I played this year, I completely forgot I played freaking Hogwarts, bro. That game deadass came and went. I completely forgot about that. Hey, that game was just okay.
It looked good. It's just I don't know. I guess
it was promising. Just they did. I don't know. Follow through. Yeah, it definitely was promising.
I'll say this, like I feel like that's one thing where it's like if people like are say like for Ken, like you said, like he is the same way with gaming as used to be. Honestly, like if it's like a game that everybody's creating a claim where it's like 10s or 9s, I usually see like people just like, all right, we're gonna just go for the quality games, just play those and not really worry about all the other bullshit that be coming up.
That's like the one game I do regret like playing or buying. I'm not gonna NG a lie to use probably Kakarot, just because I knew that game was gonna just be like all right at best. I knew it.
It's definitely one of the games where it's like you kind of just play them to see the cutscenes for the
for that shit did look good.
The greatest scenes in Dragon Ball Z. It looks very good. Like I couldn't really finish. I could probably go back and finish it, but it's like I kind of already know what to expect. Or I could just look up the cutscenes on like YouTube. Sadly, but
It did look good. That's one thing I will say about, I guess, like games like Kakarot or just other games that are like super overhyped. They're talking about. They still support them. I can't fret. Like they still support like super overhyped games or games of that magnitude. Cause bro, they still drop DLC for Kakarot. They got one more DLC on the way. That'd be the 6th one.
That's crazy. I
I will say I wouldn't mind playing like the Dragon Ball portions, like the new ones that got released. That seems kind of cool. Like, cause I'm not like I don't really. I know about Dragon Ball. I don't really go back and like know like, oh, this is that scene for scene. Like I know this word for word. I don't really know like all the.
Yeah.
Like I haven't been exposed to Dragon Ball too much in my life.
Cause what was it?
I'd be interested.
I remember when it was first coming out, and they said like, I don't know if they called it Dragon Ball Z Kakarot, or it was just called Kakarot, or just Dragon Ball Kakarot, whatever it was called. I was like, well, if they're doing Kakarot, they might as well just do the whole story. But now, I guess I do like how they're working backwards. Like they went forward, but then started to work backwards. So I do like that about it. So I wonder what the last DLC will be.
Maybe like, I wonder if they do like the Broly movie or like, or probably like let's say just say fucking and just do like a manga edit, like one of the like shits that haven't come out of anime.
I can see that.
I don't know if they'll be able to do that, but I wonder if they would try it, like if anything in the manga, like for Super, like this hasn't really on anime. I wonder if they would be willing to try some shit. Probably not though. It hasn't been like animated.
Well, it's like what else could they do?
To do like a what if story.
That's true too. Didn't they have what if in Tenkaichi 3?
Yeah, but it's not as like dynamic.
Like
the cutscenes. They have dialogue. Yeah, they had a Budokai 1 where it's more cinematic, but Tenkaichi 3 is more like just a person like talking, like you just hear the quotes.
So yeah,
Tenkaichi 3 cutscenes are trash, but the
gameplay's always that.
They said we went to spend all our budget on the characters. They said we got no time for cutscenes.
I wouldn't be mad at that if they did it. Whatever they do with Kakarot, I will not be buying it though. They got me the first time, they aren't gonna get me again. They got me that first time because the first time was I was actually interested in the game. I was like, I actually do want to see this thing succeed. I want to see it fail. As much as I be hating on it, but now with them dropping all this DLC just lets me know that they could have just had this from the beginning. They just was like, nah, we're gonna rob y'all of y'all money. So I said, nah, I'm cool. I'm not gonna get me. Shout out to them. Bandai robbing people per usual. So I don't think we have anything else on my notes. I don't know if y'all want to add anything to the conversation. Y'all do, you know what I'm saying?
Drink your water.
Oh yeah. That's a fact.
Mm-hmm.
But we are at the end of the show. So you know what I'm saying? Closing thoughts from now Reginald.
Speed Racer was ahead of its time.
That's a fact, bro. That's such a good movie. That's a good. You never seen it?
No,
I don't think I've ever seen it.
Probably the best anime adaptation.
Oh, that's honestly such a good movie. Like that.
Is the monkey in it?
Who?
Is the monkey in it?
No.
Yes, he is.
He is. Oh yeah, you're right. Bro, such a good movie. Such a good movie. That shit was ahead of its time.
One of the best anime adaptations. Like no lie.
And people hated on it.
Should be box office hit if it came out today. Exactly the way it is right now.
There was one summer, it was nothing to play, and I just kept going to Stars, and that's the only movie they showed. And I've seen that movie like at least 5 times. That movie's good as fuck.
Live action?
Yeah. That movie is really good. I recommend that movie to everybody. That might be one of my favorite movies too.
I recommend it alone just for the Grand Prix race at the very end.
Bro, have you ever heard it when you say run?
I could only imagine how that
sounds.
Bro,
it's gonna make it like 20 times better.
that might take me to another plane of existence.
That's that scene where you say run makes it like 20 times better. Such a great movie. Everybody should check it out.
Just the last race alone is worth that whole movie. Watching that whole movie. No, that movie's really good. It's got a lot of heart.
I definitely recommend it.
Did y'all go drinking tonight? Let me stop.
That was out of its time, bro.
This was good. That's like
a cult classic.
All right, so that is true. All right, so I watched Ford versus Ferrari recently, right? Or recently. I don't know if y'all seen it. That's another good movie. All right, so Nairi, literally there's a scene in Ford versus Ferrari that gave me that same feeling that last scene in Speed Racer gave. That shit was so good. So good.
Ford vs Ferrari looks like I might like it. So
yeah, you'll definitely like it. It's good.
Well, now that I want a Ford, I gotta be on brand.
Nah, bruh, I'm not gonna lie. The main guy, Ken Miles, would not like the Ford today. He would not like it. They all probably today.
Wouldn't. So
because when he saw the Mustang for the first time, he was like, "This is a shit car. Who's gonna drive this? This is for shit people."
Look at him now.
He hated
the
Mustang.
That's messed up.
I mean, but the thing is that Ken Miles was like, he knew the inside and outs of cars. Like, you know how there's some people who are like just born and they just know about it. It's like he knew that the Mustang wasn't gonna be like the car. He knew that it looks good, but this car isn't like one of them.
But it was though.
Not in that time.
I mean, not then, but like, I mean, now, what year is it supposed to be?
1960s. So 67, 66.
I mean, it was a decade early. I mean, shit. 70s and shit when that shit really took off. I mean, even then the late 60s and 70s.
But they only changed it because it's already history, but they only changed the Mustang because all right, the guy that the GT is named after the Shelby, he was friends with Ken Miles. So basically everything that Ken taught him how to make cars better, he put into the Shelby brand. That's why the Mustang is probably better now because Ken told Shelby, this is why your cars suck. They made it better off of that.
And they're about to start making Mustangs now too.
They're gonna make them electric?
No, I think they're gonna stop making them. They already stopped making like sedans.
Oh well.
So I'm saying my Ford Fusion is the last like 4-door sedan they ever made. They stopped making 4-doors. They got tired of competing with like Honda, Toyota, and all them. So then they still make SUVs and trucks, but like, and I think the Mustangs might go away for a while too. So I don't know. Ford is I don't know what they're doing.
Right.
Their cars around.
So yeah, say closing thoughts, kid.
Fuck Ford. Let me stop. I don't know. Be kind, be safe, make good games again.
Facts. Marcus, closing thoughts.
Happy Kobe Day.
Facts.
Happy Kobe Day.
Very happy Kobe Day.
As of when we're saying this, it is technically not Kobe Day anymore, but
well, when we started recording, it was 8:24.
It was like 10:30.
Yeah, so yeah. Happy Kobe Day still.
Get cussed out.
Malcolm. All right. Good. My closing facts. Closing thoughts for episode 21. I don't know. All bases get money, draw foreigns. See y'all for episode 22. Deuces, peace, and one.